beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem.
Yeah, so when I'm saying black people got a problem, I'm right on that. This is our old video of a pastor, I forgot his name. But I always say the same thing. I mean, black people don't need money. We have money, although we're not rich per se. But our problem is a moral problem to fix ourselves.
Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem.
Absolutely right on that part. We have a problem, we have a God problem, meaning morals. See, that's why, as I was saying, the Bible is not a religious book. It's a book of laws. And if we can adapt the laws and apply them to ourselves, like loving your neighbor, if we can apply loving your neighbor, we get rid of a lot of crime, right? And then we won't fill up the prison system, but we don't want that simple fix.
When black people see the world, you can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen to me.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm always saying, we as black people, we have to go back to being stoic and know world history that you can raise your kids, you know. Because if you don't know anything, how you're going to raise a kid? The parents said they don't know anything, so when they raise the kids are not going to know anything. So back in the day, as I was saying, we were stoic. We know about history, geography, and a lot of stuff. But today we just stuck into smoking weed, listen rap with no good content, and that's it.
We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa.
Yeah, see? That's why they say we need a divine intervention. Because if you look up our people, and we have to deal with the facts. You go into these major cities, especially at night, and see our people. It's a disgrace. They carry themselves, you know, awful. You know, no discipline, nothing at all.
Big old continent over there, they never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one.
This is where I'm going off now. I'm saying Africa is a big continent, and I'm saying black people never build a boat that's seaworthy. So I would say I'm not know any history. This is where I think I'm going to be rambling, but I'm not. I don't have any historical fact.
There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. So, I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world.
That's why the Bible said the law of the Lord is perfect, convert the soul. Because the laws of the Bible is like a constitution, just like how the USA have constitution, you have Europe, like Switzerland, Denmark, they have their own constitution. The Bible is our constitution, and if we don't adhere to it, they're going to always look down on us like that.
He He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord.
Yeah, so Harlem back then was a lot of cause, and with the crack epidemic and the drug, we end up falling to a bad state of mind, yeah, and then you have gentrification. So I don't know what this guy talking about.
People, we got to talk to God. Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women. Buy these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet. And you talking about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, like, as I was saying, this guy talking some facts, but you need to go back to the root, like, how they mess up the black family and turn the woman against the men. And that's why most women full up the black church, because they don't want to listen to their husband. They want to go and listen to the pastor, and the pastor not really teaching them the law of the book. And just giving them a sermon about him lifestyle. Money. Yeah, so we have to get into history and know the root why our mind change. Right? So that's the thing. Like women's rights was like a political move to mess up the black family. Because the other nation, none of them separate from their husband. Although they was pushing equal rights for women, but none of them was disrespecting them husband. The Chinese love their husband, the Japanese love their husband, the East Indian love their husband, the so-called white man woman love their husband. It's just we take the bait and run with it and destroy our household.
Man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet. What's wrong with y'all niggas? Let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense.
I'm definitely right on that. That's why Deuteronomy 4 verse 6 down, where I'm saying, give us laws, statutes, and commandments that we can be wise among the nation, but we don't have that. We take other people's culture, what's not ours, and it turns us into animal. It's what I say, they program us with those movie like these mob movie and stuff like that, and we emulate that. That's why most of our like rapper, they take on mob name like, you know, Scarface. I forgot the other name. I wasn't even, this video I wasn't expect to do it at the moment. But yeah, we take on mob names and killer names, and that's the lifestyle we have. And that's the spirit we take on.
You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything.
Wow.
The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
So yeah, this guy need to like go into some history and know like black people is the best architect. Like we have architect in Russia where they still can't figure out how we build it. Those palaces in England, Ireland, and even over here in America, we have great cities and they flood it out with water. So I don't know what this guy talking about. But him right when him said that our minds messed up. Yeah, our mind messed up, and we always tell people, listen, the laws of God is the fix. But we don't want it. Because if you can love your brother, you solve 50% of the crime. Love your brothers and sisters, you can solve 50% of the crime in any country. And then after that, you take stages, learn how to dress, learn how to speak, stuff like that. All right, so peace out.